Alright guys, so today we are going to look at solving two-step equations. So it's very similar to solving one-step equations, we're just going to be doing an extra step. So nothing you guys can't handle. So before we can do anything else, we have to add or subtract first, and then we'll be multiplying and dividing to finish solving. So you guys will see some examples of that today. So let's look at our first one. We have solve 3a plus 9 equals 33, and then we have to check our solution to see if it is correct. So our first step is I want to draw a line down right where the equal sign is. So our first step, we want to subtract 9 from each side. Remember, what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. And it's our inverse operations. We have a positive 9 here, so we have to subtract 9. So by subtracting 9 from each side, we're left with 3a is equal to 24. Okay? So now, our end goal is to get a by itself. So kind of how we were doing in the last lesson, it's the same exact thing. We would just divide each side by 3. And remember, what we do to one side, we must do to the other. And that's going to leave us with a equals 8. So now we want to check our answer. So to check our solution, we're just going to write down our original equation, and down here we found what a was. We know that a equals 8. So to check our answer, we simply just plug it back into our original equation. So 3 times 8 plus 9 equals 33. Okay? So now we multiply 3 times 8, which is 24, plus 9 equals 33. 24 plus 9 is 33. That equals 33. So our answer of a equals 8 does work, and that is our final solution. Okay? So for our next one, we have 1/5 p minus 12 equals 20. Again, we're going to drop down our line here just to separate everything. So our first step, we're going to add 12 to each side. We have a negative 12 here, so we want to add 12. It's our inverse operations. We're left with 1/5 p is equal to 20 plus 12, which is just 32. So now I have 1/5 p equals 32. In order to get p by itself, I have to multiply by the reciprocal of 1/5, which is just 5/1. And remember, what I do to the left side, I have to also do to the right. So again, I like to put this over 1, just to kind of keep things organized for myself. And we're multiplying by 5/1. So that's going to give us, these are going to cancel out our 1/5 times 5/1, and that's going to leave us with p equals, and we have 32 times 5, which is just 160. So we have our answer of p equals 160. Now we want to check our solution. So again, same thing here. We're just going to plug our answer of p equals 160 into our original equation. So we have 1/5 times 160 minus 12 is equal to 20. So we plug in our 160 into our equation there. 1/5 times 160 is just 160 over 5 minus 12 equals 20. 160 divided by 5 is 32. So over minus 12, which equals 20. 32 minus 12 is 20, and that equals 20. So that tells us that our answer of P equals 160 is correct. Alright, so next we have 2x plus x minus 27 equals 3. So before anything else, we have our like terms here. We have 2x plus x. We have to combine those first before we can do anything else. So 2x plus x gives me 3x minus 27 equals 3. So now we want to get, our goal is to get x by itself. So first things first, we're going to add 27 to each side. Again, our inverse operations here. We have a minus 27. So here we have to add 27 to get rid of it. Okay? So then we have 3x is equal to 30. Divide each side by 3, and that leaves us with x equals 10 as our final solution. So now, if we want to check our solution, same thing here. We can plug it back into our original equation, but it also works if you want to plug it back into this equation here, because we simplified it a little bit by combining our like terms. But we'll plug it back into our original. So we have 2 times 10 plus 10 minus 27 equals 3. 2 times 10 is 20, plus 10.
Please, with Brandon Early, please
Minus
report to the guidance office. Brandon Early to the guidance office. Thank you.
20 plus 10 is 30, minus 27 equals 3. 30 minus 27 is 3, and 3 equals 3. So that tells us that our answer of x equals 10 is correct. Alright, for our next time, we have Dion wants to go on a camping trip with his hiking club. The trip costs $185.75. He paid a deposit of $45.75 and will save an additional $17.50 per week to pay for the trip. So solve to find the number of weeks Dion will need to save money for the trip. So first, we need to come up with an equation for this. So you know the trip costs $185.75, and we know that's the total. So we know whatever our equation is, it's going to equal $185.75. We know he deposited $45.75 and will save an additional $17.50 per week. So using this information, we can set up our equation. We know what our total is, which is $185.75. We know he saved, he deposited $45.75, plus he's going to save an additional $17.50 per week. Our W here is going to represent the number of weeks, which is what we're trying to find. So to begin solving this, we subtract 45, 75 from each side. And we are left with 1750 W on our left side. And on our right side, when we subtract those two, we get 140. Okay, now we want W by itself. Inverse operations. Divide each side by 1750. And we're left with W equals 8. And this answer here tells us the number of weeks that it will take for Dion to save money for his trip. Okay, so if we're doing these ones, we want to solve each equation, round to the nearest tenth if necessary. We have a squared equals 38. A squared equals 38. To find what a is, we want just a. We have to square root each side. By square rooting each side, this will get rid of our square here. Plug it into our calculator here because there's no square root of 38. So that's going to leave us with a equals 6.16 when we round to the nearest tenth. For our next one, we have a cubed equals 125. This time we have to cube root each side because that's what's going to help us get rid of that 3 there and just leave us with a. So we have a equals the cube root of 125 is 5, and that would be our final answer there. And for our last one, we have 363 equals 3d squared. Divide each side by 3 first. That's going to leave us with 121 is equal to d squared. Square root each side because we want our d by ourselves, so that's going to get rid of that square there. We're going to get our final answer of 11 equals d.